Hello everyone, and today I am going to be talking about a pretty slow-moving rainmaker that will be coming across the area later this evening and through tonight into Monday night. Can bring a few inches of rain across the coastal regions of South Carolina and North Carolina, and then inward to central South Carolina and North Carolina. Should be very interesting to um to watch this. It's gonna be a good rainmaker, like I said, and it's gonna help with the drought conditions in the Carolinas, also the brush fires that have been going on the last few weeks. Um, Definitely will help with that. So real quick, we'll go over the upper air wind maps just to kind of see what's going on. I'm gonna start with the NAM model, um, and then I'm gonna show you a few other models to kind of just compare. But first, if you can see um, my crosshair with that little box. We can see our trough right here. You can see our ridge, and then goes into this little trough. Now it's nothing really distinct. It's nothing really crazy strong at all. In fact, it's really relatively weak and just small in size. But as we can see, this is Monday morning here at about 9 a.m. and we can see this energy. First, I want to just point out that this is negatively tilted here, southwest to northeast. If we draw an axis here in the middle of the trough and just follow it up, it would be southwest to northeast. But as we go into time, Monday morning at 9 a.m., it becomes um, more just vertical, more parallel here as it moves east. And the low here is now over. I'm about to enter Georgia. And by Monday afternoon, we can see this thing starting to tighten up a little bit. We can see their winds approaching 100 knots, um, feeding into the exit region up here. Um, by Monday evening, the low pressure is now exiting off the coast. It's kind of slow moving, but there's some back end energy that we'll have to watch Monday night. That could give us an additional inch or of rain, potentially half inch, more likely, but potentially up to an inch of rain in already soaked areas from the first wave, and I will show that in a second. But we can see this that low pressure, that energy moves off of the coast. So this is last night's run for the euro. We see Monday morning, or this is Monday afternoon. We can see it's still tilted some, but we can see it as it moves east. As it moves east, we can see it sort of deepen a little bit more, strengthen more. Nothing crazy at all. This is the NAM 3K. This is more high res. So this is Monday morning at 9 a.m. It's parallelly oriented here. Our winds are not approaching 90, 100 knots. And as it moves east, it deepens, it strengthens some. Nothing rapid. It does strengthen some though. And we can see that back end energy Monday night. But the overall idea right now is that we have this rather weak, um, you know, not a lot of surface area associated with this sort of little trough here, a little shortwave, but we can see it there as it rolls to the east, gains some steam, and that's going to cause this little rain event in the coastal regions down through here. So now I'm gonna look through. Might take me a second to adjust all these here. So give me one. What am I doing? Give me one moment here. But I am going to take a look at the future radar, what the future radar could look like. But really, I'm just going to compare. Um, I'm going to compare the radars, and I'm going to also compare the rainfall totals to these models, just so we have a better idea of what we can expect. Um, of what we can expect. So let's start with the NAM here. We'll start with Monday. We'll start off with tonight. This is around midnight tonight, and we can see our low pressure, very weak low pressure, the Panhandle of Florida. But we can see this area of precipitation, and it will slowly. This low pressure will slowly drift northeast, and as it moves north, this rain here will move north, and the warm front associated with this low pressure, which would be in this area, um, would be moving north as well. And it's going to bring this enhanced precipitation across the coastal regions and even inland here. And as it moves off along the shore, it's just going to continue to slowly strengthen. This is 12 p.m. Monday. This is 12 p.m. Monday and 6 a.m. Monday, and we can see a good 6 to 7 hours of pretty moderate rains possible. But then we have our back end energy that I was talking about Monday night, right in through here. Oh, right in through here. The back end energy, maybe another half inch possible, very likely. Something to keep an eye on. This is the total just precipitation from the model run. Um, a general 1 to 2 inches along the coast, inland, also about 1 to 2 inches. There is a heightened area of potential precipitation, total precipitation across southern Georgia, but nothing crazy. Just a good soaking rain that could help with the drought and just make the soils sort of saturated once more. Let's look at the HRRR model. As we move on through today, let me update this to the newer model run. So as we move on through the day, and this is 9 a.m., 10 a.m. right here. Um, as we move on, this is 3 p.m. today. Just cloudy weather. Rain stays to our south. As we move on through the night, this is around 11 p.m., 12 p.m., and we're going to see that rain finally start to move in according to the HRRR. Um, sort of light to moderate rains throughout the night. As we go into the morning, we can see the low pressure drift off to the northeast. It's going to just stay off coast and kind of drift off continually to the northeast. But as this low enters the coast and moves northeast, we um, we can see potential for a moderate rainfall. And as Monday evening comes along, we can see that low pressure slowly moving off the coast, and that's what's going to make this event um, interesting. Um, the rain itself is very beneficial for this area. We need it bad, but the slow moving nature of this low pressure and the possible even for some enhanced I wouldn't say rain banding, but maybe in some enhanced precipitation of some more moderate heavy rains along the coast as the slow pressure is just slowly kind of meandering out to sea. But we can see for a good 6 hours of just heavy, possible heavy rains across the coast of North Carolina and South Carolina. And It'll be very interesting to see these total rainfall amounts. And yeah, we can see this new HFR run general 1 to 3 inches across central South Carolina, um, coastal North Carolina, coastal South Carolina, maybe a few pockets, isolated pockets of 3 to 4 inches in the coastal South Carolina regions. So something to look out for. I don't think we'll get 4 or 5 inches of rain. 3 inches is certainly possible, and maybe some scattered to isolated spots, but 2 inches, 1 to 2 inches is very likely. Here's the NAM 3K. As we move on, this is this evening. This is around midnight. So the HRRR and NAM 3K are pretty similar with the position of the low, the spatial region of our precipitation. So that's a good sign. And as we move on through the night, some of those lights and moderate rains, and as that low moves on onto the into the Atlantic Ocean, we see that enhancement of precipitation on the coast. As the low moves, we can see the back end energy Monday evening through to or Monday night. Some more moderate to heavy rains possible, and there's that run again. 1 to 3 inches central South Carolina, coastal North Carolina, and South Carolina into Georgia. Higher amounts southern Georgia possible, but a general 1 to 3 inches again, and maybe an isolated 3 to 4 inch amount on the coastal regions, but nothing crazy at all. And I want to actually, um, if I can find it here, I don't know if which one would have it. Okay, this one. I want to just point out what could be causing this enhancement of rainfall, and it's just gonna be this the vorticity, the relative vorticity here. Now there are some certain things that can limit this and kind of balance it out. But as this low pressure moves east, we're going to encounter that heavier vorticity, and that's just going to cause that air to lift, and it just cause that enhancement in precipitation, um, cause that precipitation to maybe fall a little heavier. So as that vorticity moves eastward, and we can see that back end sort of vorticity as well. So very interesting. We're gonna have to watch this closely. Um, I don't think it's anything serious, but could be could cause some maybe urban flooding on the streets, sidewalks, low-lying areas. Definitely could see some ponding. Um, Nothing crazy. So this is out of Wilmington, North Carolina. Um, they also mentioned the slow movement of the stack system, um, bringing some heavier rains in the area, but the slow movement of the system, the occlusion process, which is I'm glad that saw that, so I can sort of let me try. I think I need this one. Sorry. So the occlusion process. So we can see our main low right here, right? And we're thinking that's the main low. But as we move on, and this is Monday morning, as we move on through the day into afternoon, we can see a new low begin to form about in the same kind of area as it was Monday morning. Here's Monday morning. Here's Monday evening, about 12 hours later. and the slow movement and the slow process of essentially regaining like a low pressure center. It's occlusion process. It's kind of recycling itself, um, as it's strengthening. Kind of like to think of it like that in a way. Simple. It's in a more simple way, but that process can take a while, and sometimes when that process happens, it can lead to slow moving rain, some slow moving thunderstorms, just heavier rains in general. So something to look for. Nothing crazy. The weather after this looks to be pretty good for the coastal regions and inward to central South Carolina, North Carolina. Mild, more sunnier weather after this, but much needed rain for the area. And until then, I will see you guys later.